Starting off with a stem jar. What's up, friends? This one's gonna be an intense one today. It's gonna be wild. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a little dizzying, but it feels like freedom, like a relief. Definitely heaviness though, still. And I feel like maybe this is what you feel like after you have sat through some uncomfortable feelings that maybe in the past you would either, when you would feel that specific feeling, you would either put something in your mouth that caused like intense pleasure, like chocolate. You know what I mean? It's just what the thing is for me, but whatever it is for you, and you don't do that anymore. What was the other thing I was thinking? Or you behave in it like sex, like maybe you would have sex, you know what I mean? Or like hook up or something. Something that feels good, but it's a sharp rise and it's a short-lived thing, and it is equal. It has to cancel out your uncomfortable feeling enough that you can kid yourself about the truth of it. Like you feel okay avoiding it. Like you talk yourself into being okay with avoiding it. Do you know what I mean? That was myrrh. Frankincense or myrrh to clear out, sage calls in. Told you today is going to be a fun one. It feels very scorpionic. And we are in Scorpio. I had an idea. I'm not going to share it in case I do it because it's not been done before. I don't know. I'm gonna see what happens. So hi, I'm Denise. This is Surrender to the Flow Tarot, and there's a message coming through. We're gonna see what it is. There's so many decks. You've no idea how many decks are out, but a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot, and they're intense. But there's a balance because the Oracle card, all the Oracle decks that came out are also, they're all really heart-centered. Everything is heart-centered. It's just grief, agony, or relief, freedom. It's the Murder of Crows, I think. And the new chapter. Black Tarot. Okay. I was about to put it down. All right, I don't want to look. I don't want to look. It came out sideways. Keeps happening. Okay. 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 Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. I heard something today and I put it together. It was with something else. The Ten of Pentacles is means permanent victory. It was something else means permanent victory. And I was like, that's what the Ten of Pentacles is. The Ten of Pentacles means permanent victory, right? Interesting. And the Sun. Okay. So stepping into whoever's energy this is, they're stepping into their most authentic self. In alignment. That is the journey right now. It's integration. It's the integration stage. Okay, the Black Tarot is the one. And do we want the Murder of Crows right now? The Hermit. It's all going with what we're feeling, right? Deep. That's you're mostly keeping to yourself right now. This is a period of keeping to yourself. So I actually don't know where you all are on that, but it's tending to your inner fire and seeing what stokes it, what feeds it, what puts it out. What feels, how do you integrate that fire into being grounded and present and still generating that kind of heat, but being able to handle it and hold it? Do you know what I mean? It's figuring out, it's integrating all of your physical sensations. It's regulating your nervous system and like your fascia, right? It's like all those parts of your body that we don't know about and we don't talk about, your gut microbiome, all of those things, nourishing your cells. It's a regeneration right now, which has been a theme, and a rebirth, which is also a rebirth, right? The Eight of Cups. And underneath the Hermit was the Eight of, oh no, what? Where did I see that? I don't, is the Emperor. And the Empress. Oh, God. And the Ten of Swords. Ding dong, the witch or warlock is dead. This card, it's a warlock. He's getting his guts eaten out. Because the way has been shown. The fuck? Well, Emperor, all that to the Hermit is good. That's coming. The place that you're predominantly coming from mentally during this introspection is in alignment more than it isn't. Like in the 90s something percentile, close to 100 up there. You feel me? So that's really good, which makes sense with the sun, right? Because that's like the actualized, the card of like being actualized as a in your divine counterparts, your yin and your yang, your light and your shadow, right? All of it. Your fire and your water, your fire and your air, your earth and your fire, your earth and your water. You know what I mean? You're like mastered everything. Was I gonna shuffle? I don't know. Okay. The 8 of Cups, and then the 9 of Cups is underneath that. I had a realization about the 8 of Cups and I didn't write it down. And I don't remember what it was. It's always walking away from some kind of heart attachment. That's not. It'll come to me another time, hopefully. It's a walking toward. The 8 of Cups is a choice to walk toward the 9 and then the 10. So you're choosing. You know you deserve the 9, which is wish fulfillment. But it's wish fulfillment that comes along with you having been able to maintain your alignment. And so here comes the rewards. You feel me? But this is still the beginning of this for everyone watching. The beginning of this level of where you are. You know what I mean? We are all overlapping on where we are. Okay, so we see what actually came out. I think that we should. Do we look at the middle and the, what do we look at first? I keep hearing separation. The devil is on the split. The devil. It's on the split. That's kind of like, the split is kind of informs everything else. It's like an essence. Depending on what this is, we'll see, determines how much relevant weight this one has. Yeah, the 3 of Swords is under the devil. Hold on, what's under that? The King of Pentacles. And the 2 of Cups. And the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. It's listening to intuition and being realigned with your feminine aspects of receiving intuition. And then the feminine aspects of birthing or alchemizing or integrating, maybe not integrating, birthing or alchemizing, creating something new with all of the overflow from that energy, right? There's King of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, and the Devil. It's the lower dantian. It's finding the lower dantian. I've been talking about this in lots of readings. It's a Qigong, Qigong practice. It's part of the practice. It's I barely know anything, but that's the takeaway. This is the thing that's not leaving me, is that we all have a seed of light in the center, right by our belly button, right underneath it, right behind it. That is the source of all of the energy. This is what the whole human body was made for, to house this. So it's protected because skin, bones, muscle, right? It's many, many layers in, but it comes out through everything. You radiate through everything. Pores, any opening, right? And mentally, because it's waves. So there's some kind of maybe personal truth that is hard to swallow. The bottom is the Tower. Well, this, I'm saying it's Scorpio energy. If this isn't no more Scorpionic reading, I do not know what is. The Tower. That's currently where you are. The foundation is cracking because it needs to crumble away. Towers are resets. A reset needs to happen. The Page of Swords underneath. There's been some information found out. Yeah, the Seven of Swords underneath that. Ooh, yep. What do we say? Like in the Ace of Cups. And the Four of Swords. Okay, so this is about coming across the truth in the most noble way, with integrity. It's hard, it's brutal, but you're holding it, okay? Everyone who's resonating with this is holding it. And learning to see it more as outside of yourself, more than who you are. It's like, this is maybe rough, but are you born to lose, or are you choosing to be a loser? Are you born to lose, or are you choosing to perpetuate that belief and making choices that what's the word? Guarantee that you're going to have enough proof to keep that belief going, because you took it on at some point, and it was born from a trauma, but now you've taken it on as an identity, and it blocks you from seeing what the truth is, which is really, there's so much pain. There's pain, really, really deep pain that you've pushed down, and it's super uncomfortable, and that's what it is. It's going all the way to that and starting to heal it. And a couple readings ago, I talked about this woman, Jane or Joan, I forget her name, and she talks about 90 seconds, that these feelings come, these emotions come that then cause sensations and feelings in our body and mentally on how we think about it. It's 90 seconds. It really is. It's like 90 seconds. Mine are like 110, 120. So let's just say 90 to 120. But the point is that it's temporary. And I do think it's 90. I think mine are there because mine are exaggerated, enhanced, whatever. They're big. Do you know what I mean? They're unnecessarily large stressors. Okay. There might be multiple 90 seconds, but it lasts 90 seconds. And then there's a break. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to see what this one is. I don't remember why I was explaining that, but okay, it's going into the reverse. It's sideways, and it is the Empress. Okay, the Emperor underneath the Eight of Cups. Is the Emperor walking toward the Empress? I think the Emperor is walking toward the Empress. And I think all of you are also, that goes an external Emperor, Empress, or your masculine, feminine, yin, yang, right? Light, shadow. It's all of it. It's all of it. The Empress is sideways going into the reverse. it's taking on it's the becoming and alchemizing of your divine form, which I'm seeing in this a bird, but it doesn't have to be that. It's whatever. It could be the wind, it could be air, it could be water, it could be literally anything, and any animal, something organic though. Do you know what I mean? That exists without man making it. You feel me? It's of waves of energy, light, particles, literally, whatever that is. You are all, it's in here. And it's it's almost like an accepting like that. Like it is. It's like, and it is very sexual because it is. It is about becoming. It's about something entering you. Not penetrating, but entering you, and then how you receive it. And it's going to feel pleasurable. Like that could be like, you feel so good when you're like all cozy up, you know what I mean? But it's pleasurable to yourself. It's some kind of state. It is the alchemization of the state, esoteric state of happiness into the 3D. You are living it. The state of happiness. You are living the sun as the sun. You feel me? I need to take a picture of this. I don't know. Would it be a good picture? Would it be? Hold on. Hi, I took pictures because I wanted you guys to see. I have to figure out how I'm going to incorporate it. Maybe I'll be able to use it as the thumbnail. How everything is black and white except for this. And under the sun is the 8 of Wands. And then the 10 of Cups is underneath that. The Hierophant. The Empress. It's all just the Ace of Cups, yeah. You're about to get a dream come true, like that are going to fill you with love. You're going to be surrounded by love and understand love in a way you never have before, and you're going to be able to experience it, and it's going to be permanent. That's what you're doing right now. So this keeps yelling in my head, where I feel like we'll move to oracle cards to see guidance on what steps to take to get you more ready to hold whatever is coming in. You know what I mean? This is the Prairie Majesty Oracle. Is there another one? Hold on. Sacred Creators. Oh, I just remembered. Just reminded because I didn't remember, but there were 2 books that were have been on my dresser for 10 years. For 10 years. Wow. Wow. Well, no. Whoever, more than 5 years. Okay. And they were like, take me. And then I brought them in here, and then I was like, you're supposed to show them. And I haven't read them fully, but I'm supposed to show these to you. Radical Acceptance, Embracing Your Life with the Heart of a Buddha. And the Untethered Soul. This one, I feel like a lot of you may have already read. Okay, so there's those. Oh, the Lantern, which is underneath those. What if the whole purpose of those books was just to get me to remember to pull the Lantern cards that have been sitting down there forever? Because I forget. Okay. Oh, Sacred Creators. Okay. Doesn't matter if they're in reverse. Their next steps guidance cards. Okay. Look at it. What do you really want? Number 27, which is also 9, which is the self. It's where you go, and then the 10 comes. You are at your actualized self at 9, and 10 is when you're in communion with someone else, or you're letting something go that was attached to someone else. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Ooh, no, it doesn't want. Good. You saw that, right? Fierce serenity, number 8, and limitations inspire innovations. The blessing in the lesson, right? The win-win. 52, which is 7 and 8, which is also what, 13? 8. Is that 13? Yeah, which is 4, blah, blah. Balance, which is 14. Okay. I feel like this color could be important for some of you, for your eyes to see it. Okay, the now, number 47, and rise, number 57. Yeah, it feels like it's going to be just a reminder. Everything you've asked for is here. You have done the work. Stay present. There is still some healing, and it feels so deep because it's so painful, right? If you saw the reading the other day. But this is the size of the grief now. Look how little that is compared to the size of you. And all the radio waves coming through. It's this. It used to consume you. You used to be contained inside of this. And now you have taken your space back up. So there's still some more healing to be done, right? And it is deep, and meaning painful and brutal still. But this is who you are. And you can handle all of this. You are equipped for it. So I feel like this is going to be guidance to stay in the present and focus on the present and let yourself just become the phoenix. But let's see what it is. Let us see what it is. Let me drink some water first. Being in the right place at the right time, divine timing, a sense of time speeding up as you move toward your dream. The 8 of Wands, that was somewhere. A reminder that time is on your side. Pay more attention to the present and leave the past and the future in the hands of divine timing. A need to trust that you are where you are supposed to be. You're a magnet, right? And maybe you've doubted things because you're being you. You're a beacon of light, and the things that you are attracted to, like you are pulled to, aren't coming back to you. So you've why was I saying that? You doubt your abilities and who you are and your truth because you're not seeing payoff in the way that you thought, because it's not meant for you. So, and the more you're looking for it, I know this sounds annoying, but that's not being present, right? So the longing, anything that has a negative feeling attached to it, longing, yearning, grieving, that's a sign that there's out of alignment and a wound that needs to be healed, right? I'm losing it again. Fuck. Hold on, sorry. Being in alignment is realizing and recognizing that you are a magnet. And if you are an aligned magnet, you are only going to attract what is meant for you. And that can be lonely if you're looking at it from that lens instead of looking at it from the other lens of, this is doing me a literal favor. This keeping it away, like having very refined taste, but that's not the right word for like the energy that you emit. You know what I mean? The frequency that you sustain. There may not be a lot of other people. It might not be crowded, but there are other yous out there. And keep maintaining your light. This is where you're meant to vibrate, right? Lonely is a red flag for me. If I feel lonely, it's a red flag. It means that I'm out of myself. I'm not present. There's something, or bored, same thing. I'm looking externally for something. There's lots of probably basic need type things that I could focus on that would give me whatever I'm looking for. Do you know what I mean? It's a need to trust that you haven't missed your moment. Time is always on your side. The universe has brought you right here, right now, so be here now. You can't change the past. You can only change the future by making changes today. Your choices are guaranteeing your future. They're literally paving the way for your future. Think about it like that, right? It doesn't have to be stressful. It's like, what are you creating, literally? Something delicious that might have some like learning curves, little bumps, maybe have to start all over from scratch again. But like if you're in it with a Page of Pentacles, beginner's mind, alchemist, Eight of Pentacles, mindset, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Hermit, you are looking at it in a detached way, in a detached, neutral witness way. The whole time you're in it for the experience and because it feels good, because you are doing good. Do you know what I mean? And it's sustained. It's not spiking or like you having to exhaust yourself to get in that frequency, like building up. But it's being able to stay there. When you stop seeing time as something to work against, change can happen in the blink of an eye. Things shift quickly when you are aligned with the divine. That has been the same theme in all of these readings too. Because all of you watching are very, very in tune and your magic is very strong and you have a strong awareness of it. And you have a consciousness with integrity that drives you. You're looking for how to feel all the things you feel, know all the things you know, and still show up open, wide open, rooted, flowing. You know what I mean? Like a tree or a vessel that water flows, a conduit. Do you know what I mean? It's talking about what's your relationship to time. Are you always running late? Do you feel pressure to speed up your life? Do you hope for more time, feel a lack of it? What is your relationship to time? If you started paying attention to the now, how would your life improve? So these are direct instructions again. Like these are literal things to do. We're not going to overwhelm you with a bunch. We're just going to do this and the lantern. You know what I mean? Or we'll see about the lantern. What can you do to support divine timing? And to notice a lot more of your present. Okay, let's look at Rise. That Hamilton song, Rise Up, just came in my head. I don't remember, that's the only part I remember of it. Being ready to rise, rebirth, second chances, regeneration, right? Redos, restarts, new opportunities, stepping up to your potential, and announcements. So with that is an ending, comes with an ending, and that's what this really is when you really fully accept the ending and every part of you has accepted it. There's no more frazzledness anywhere. It's maybe like your bruise is like an echo, like faint echo of pain when you touch it. But like it's this. Instead of being contained in it, it's this. It's more like this. Because it's this small and you take up more of the space, but when it's up here, I feel like you see it more, like it feels heavier. So it's definitely connected to your third eye. Selenite. And it was on a giant hunk of peach selenite. Blocking your vision, your clarity, your truth, accepting the truth, seeing it, lifting the veil. Relief, and enjoyment of what it feels like. You're allowed to enjoy this good feeling, what it feels like to vibrate at this vibration. It feels good. You feel good. You're inspiring, you're inspired, you're sensual, you're delicious. Your life is delicious. Even when it's decadently delicious, but it's balanced, because you're present and you are committed and invested and engaging in it, in your relationship with self and source first, always, that's it. That one, where was it at with this? Remember this. This is who we are. We are this and this. This was created to house that. We are AIs. I don't know. Okay. Knowing when it's time to stop, a time to implement changes before you can rise again. You are ready, you feel it in your soul and you hear it in your heart. You're ready to step up and unveil your brilliance. Reveal a piece of your plan and share a part of your magic. It's time. Think bigger. You are going to rise higher than you ever have before, so you're going to need a grander entrance. Give yourself permission to openly pursue the giant badass goal that you've got. Yeah, you're allowed to enjoy it, right? You're being gifted a redo with all of the rebirth energy of the phoenix. This time, you get to decide just how far you fly. Take a moment to regroup and implement any changes that are needed, and then open your wings and rise. Here are the questions. How hard are you on yourself? Write it out. Meditate on it. Make it real. How are you keeping yourself down? Tether the thoughts so that you can heal them. If you realize it and you don't do anything else and it evaporates, you didn't heal anything. Are you rising up like a warrior and upping your inner dialogue and your self-love right along with your skills, your promotional materials, and your to-do list? Are you motivating yourself as much as you would motivate others? Does your outer success match your inner glow? Apply those how they fit to you, okay? Let's see about the lantern. I don't know, we might not even, Presence of absence. Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. The grief. Is that what this is? Radical self-acceptance. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. We're not taking that one. That one, no. If that resonates for some of you, okay. Are we... Okay. This one. Forgiveness. Hurt blocks our light. Ooh, that's a great visual. Wow. Jeez. Misalignment. Miracles become normal once we face all of the aspects of our life in the same direction. Beautiful visuals, huh? The Lantern Oracle. That's a good one. Emptied. The ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. Emotional energy. Emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. Radical curiosity. Seeing as if for the first time every time. Definitely inner child. Definitely. I'm glad that's a key to staying in alignment, is to that lower Dantian. Look at that. If you have to visualize that as a tangible 3D thing, visualize it as your inner child. That's an aspect it takes on, right? And you want to nurture that inner child part of you. That's the eyes you want to look from, right? We talked about that, the Page of Pentacles and all of that, the beginner's mind. That's what that is. And the youthful, like looking at things with wonder and not with judgment, but being able to discern because you're safe too, you know? Whereas as a child, you were counting on the externals, and now you count on your own self and source. That's where your safety is. It's not outside of you anymore at all. It's you and source, which never ends and never goes away, ever. Nothing can take it away. Not for good. You know what I mean? Your human body can die, but your energy will live on. Will keep going. Responding, not reacting. The only control we have in it is in how we respond to the hand we are dealt, right? Wasn't that something we talked about in the very beginning? Were you born to lose, or are you choosing things that make you a loser? You know what I mean? Responding. Not reacting. Talk about that a lot in a lot of readings. Renewal. Regeneration begins with decay. Yeah, and then empty. The ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. All right, so we're going to look at the ones that came out. These two, the ones that were chosen. Presence of absence and forgiveness. Look at that. That's bananas. The grief. Eight and 8, 35 and 26. Which is 16, which is 7, which is the spiritual number. 35. Right, it's about staying in the past. It's about still identifying with the pain and not putting perspective on it, and not really looking at what it actually is. This is what it is now. This. And how much are you letting this, the pain from this, influence the rest of you? It's like 1% of you, 2%, I don't know what percent, but do you feel me? Loss is a kind of death. When we lose or do not attain something we deeply value, something of ourselves dies or remains absent along with it. At some point, we have to learn to live on and find ways to genuinely fulfill our present without this cherished person, place, attainment, or situation. Here's the thing, right? There is something more evolved, something that matches where you are and higher, and you go higher. That's what all the work you've done, that's what you're heading toward. That's there, okay? And you're going to look at all of this in a different way. You will. It doesn't take away the intense pain that was caused by whatever betrayal you were at the hands of. But if we can remember that equal to the depth of this betrayal is love and light, even if it's with someone else, somewhere else, that's the energy that matches yours. This one was probably pretending or visiting. When you met them, they may have been visiting, or they were a little below you, or it was a situation that was you weren't totally sure of, but you were like, and you put your foot in, but you really knew no. Or it was someone pretending, or something that looked a certain way and it presented and showed up a way, and it maintained that for long enough to get your trust. You feel me? And so it's a betrayal. Either way. We can either fill the empty space with who and what is absent and become absent ourselves, or we can find a way to breathe ourselves back into life. It's missing the opportunity to live. That's a big one to think about. Think of it that way. If all your seconds and milliseconds, every time you're breathing, it's an opportunity to be alive. Like, that's really special. My life would have been very different had I been taught that, or had my children, if I had realized that and had that as the base, the cornerstone. You feel me? But that's what I can do for my inner child, and that's what I'll be able to do. I'll be able to make amends with my kids. My kids are great, and every parent makes mistakes, so I'm not yeah, I have done things. I own up to them, and the more things I realized, I see other things that I did to them, and I feel terrible. But I make sure I tell them, because they deserve the healing, and it's influencing how they're perceiving things, because it was a cognitive part, like a part of their cognitive abilities that I contributed to damaging. And that doesn't just have to be children. That can happen to adults. It can happen to people in all ages of life. The absence has a lesson for us. It would not have made up part of our path if it didn't. Yeah, it's up to us to uncover the insight and use it harmoniously. It also says you may have found that you have been absent throughout your life. You have lost a lot of your youth and opportunity to make something of your life. It's not too late. As long as you are breathing, it is not too late. You're not too old. You didn't miss out. If you thought you would be at a certain stage, you are going to be there when it's in alignment with you, and it's going to be expanded and look different, but it's going to be just as rewarding. You're not going to be missing out on anything or regretting. If you follow your intuition and your heart, and you stand in your truth, and you move with integrity, you are going to come across things, but you're going to be able to get over and through them and around them. And then bigger, more expansive, brighter things will be right beyond them. Do you know what I mean? There's no age that you need to have done something by. Although sometimes age can make a difference if you're a certain age and you're repeating like the whole, I keep saying this one. Am I born to lose? Are you born to lose, or are you just choosing things that make you a loser? Like at some point, you've been doing this. Now, when your frontal lobe is developed and you're past your 30s, that's definitely, you've done it enough times that there's an awareness that now you're doing it. It's not doing to you. And now you're doing to other people. And you have taught yourself that you're not responsible for what you're inflicting on other people. But you are. You know what I mean? Or that could have been done to you. That was for somebody. Your path has gifted you with an alternative set of inner resources, insights, and tools. To explore the value of them will illuminate a personalized way to the other side of your pain and how to create a meaningful and fulfilling life from it. To mourn any loss is essential and needs to run its course. However, it is equally essential to recognize that you are still here and presently able to live a fulfilling life. Honor this blessing by embracing the many opportunities available to you. I'm going to hold this up because it's like a thing to do. You guys can screenshot it. And then can you read it? And then you can do it if you want, okay? "26. Guardian. Phase 3. It's in the 26 is in the Guardian Phase 3, midlife, empowerment, selfhood, authority, meaning, composure, gifts of renewal, and insight. That's the stage you're in right now. That's cool. The only forgiveness that we can receive is that which we experience for ourselves. Let me just read through this because I'm pretty sure we already all know what this is. To forgive another life is as irrelevant as being forgiven by another life or the world. If we have not forgiven ourselves, we can neither receive forgiveness nor have it to give. Everything that happens is neutral in and of itself and is as indifferent as nature. It's how we perceive it, right? There's expansion there, but I'm not going to go there right now. Ideally, we release our distress by energetically purging it in a physically cathartic act before moving on. So do you remember earlier I was talking about like that feeling that you used to feel with like sex or like chocolate or something, right? That could be in the devil part of that. Instead of like doing a reading or sitting with it or meditating or walking, something that feeds to the growth and expansion of you, not the temporary satisfaction. It's totally okay to emotionally eat and do those things sometimes. You know what I mean? Like that's part of everyone's, it's not disordered in and of itself. It's then what do you do? How long do you stay in it? You know what I mean? And that's for you to realize about yourself what your patterns are and to know what you need to like catch yourself and what kind of things from externally could help support that. But you are ultimately responsible first and foremost. You know what I mean? The only forgiveness that matters is ours. We deactivate the negativity within and change what are energetically matched to in our external reality. Releasing the unforgiveness frees us into a higher vibrancy and creates a shift in our possibilities. The compulsion to unconsciously repeat unforgiven wounds ceases. Right? It ceases. It's going to turn into a pinprick point, and then the grief. It does not mean we forget or deny. So I'm not even going to read that. What I'm going to say is you forgive someone, but you don't absolve them from the responsibility of the choices that they've made. You feel me? I'm going to read this part, but some of you, this will not resonate. Whatever. Take it if it does, and don't worry if it doesn't. The beginning of everything true and the end of everything false starts the moment we forgive ourselves for having forgotten that we are not our bodies, our behavior, our memories, or the stories that we live out. Nor are we in any way how we have ever been mistreated or disrespected. We are not the wrongs done to us or that we may have done to others. Nor are we made broken. I didn't even see, that's hilarious. Or it's cool. Defective or less than from them. There's nothing to be fixed or added to. You are, however, always required to release anything that is unforgiven within you so that the loving white light that you are can transparently shine in all of its brilliance. Forgiveness is your way home. You are the only light that you need. Feel your way home to spirit self by replacing all that hurts with the shining white light of pure self-love that you are. Maybe picture your grief. Figure out the spot where it really is in your body, right? Where the origin spot is. And picture white light, like selenite. Maybe get some selenite. It's super cheap. It should be super cheap. Like these, $5, okay? Anybody charging you 20 or 10, no. 5, 3, 7, okay? You feel me? Sometimes the polished ones are more because they're polished, but even if they're small, but they're like this whole hunk of peach selenite was $26. You feel me? Don't let people fucking screw you over on money with crystals. When we forget the loving light that we are, we are susceptible to believing in what we are not. Any external hurts that show up are means through which to recognize what still needs to be released. The white light of love releases you from the pain and suffering of believing in what is not you. You could say that. Well, there you go. Dope reading. Intense, but positive. So cool. So I will see you again when another one comes through. Thanks for hanging out. Till then, ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.